think there's a good way to end a series if you're exhausted with your own characters. I don't think there's a good way to end a series if you are now having to force a fake storyline that you started only to get yourself out of trouble. It's why we talked about before that I don't like multiverse, I don't like time travel, because it's just an easy way out. Oh, it was all just a dream. I mean, this, we'll go back to the old Dallas thing. That's just an easy way to get out of trouble. If you're going to write yourself into trouble, then be in trouble. For real. I mean, I think that's what happened with Lost. They wrote themselves into corners they couldn't get out of, but there were ways, right? And to not be afraid of it. There's a movie out a couple of years ago that I absolutely fell in love with. It was going to be in my top 7, more than likely, favorite horror films, because it was viscerally unnerving, and you could see that they ran out of ideas about 3/4 of the way through it. You know what I'm talking about? And had to show you the monster.
Oh yeah.
Had to show you the monster, and the moment they did that, you know that was somebody going, "Oh, we must have that in there." It ended it. It went from in my top 7 to probably my bottom 5.
Yeah,
And it's
I know
horrifying.
exactly
It's
what
so disappointing. Only because it was doing so well. It was so well written. The characters were absolutely believable. You had wild empathy for them. And then they set it on fire. And that's the kind of thing that I'm more worried about. So Peter and I have always been of the same mind of, if we have to kill them, or we have to find a way to end this properly, then we do that, and we'll figure out something else later. But the story should come to an end. It should have a really prominent beginning and a really prominent end, so there's a sense of satisfaction. It's like having the smorgasbord of dessert that never ends. Eventually it's not dessert anymore, it's just more sweet. It's pretty dull.
All right, what do you want to tell our listeners listening today about the horror genre and about what you guys are doing?
Yeah. Okay, so I think that right now the horror genre is on a crux. There are some spectacular things coming out that we're waiting for, mostly in this series. And things. So we've seen some amazing series, Haunting of Hill House, etc. All of that kind of stuff where it's very fleshed out. Characters are beautifully written, dialogue is beautifully written, and it can be done. And we all tend to fall in love with it. What we're trying to do is to continue that, but to tell completely original stories. So we're not going to rehash, I don't know what you did, The Exorcist. We're not looking to make a better alien abduction movie. We're not, none of those things. What we're aiming to do with this production company is to write completely original stories with completely original characters that can become the next generation of horror icons, or at the very least the next generation of films that people would go, they did that right. This is what we should be doing because that feels right.
I concur.
Okay, yeah, nothing more to add to that.
No, that's pretty buttoned. Yeah, it's really all about making great film, right? And great film starts with, once again, I'm going to beat it home, it comes with story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that together we can push story to the forefront again in horror.
Okay. All right. Did you guys want to throw out your social media platforms and your production company?
So I'm Peter Long, at Peter Long, and our production company is I Made It Worse Productions. I Made It Worse Productions on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And projects coming out soon. Are you ready to give the names away?
Well, the working title of the one we've been talking about, or alluding to, I should say, we haven't actually spoken about, is called Web. And it is everything we've spoken about. We've fleshed it out from that one shot idea that we had into a full-fledged multi-episode limited series.
Okay, we'll look out for that when?
Hopefully in the new year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the goal.
All right, you guys can come back and talk about that more further in the new year, okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
For Met Radio 1280 AM, I'm Donovan Lacroixy. I would love to thank so much for returning, and for the first time, you guys can throw out your names again.
Peter Long.
Adam Taylor.
Thank you guys for returning, and thank you for coming to the show for the first time.